This is your local news brief for Friday, June 11th, 2021. As of Thursday, June 10th, Pasadena has had a total of 11,304 COVID-19 cases and 349 COVID-related deaths. 84% of Pasadena residents have received at least one dose of a COVID vaccine, and over 72% are fully vaccinated. The state is following through on the June 15th reopening date. Those who have been vaccinated will no longer be required to wear masks in most situations. Some places that will still require masks are public transportation, hospitals, shelters, and indoor workplaces. The facilities at Pasadena Media will continue to require mask wearing, temperature checks, and quick health screening prior to entering. Unvaccinated persons will still be required to wear masks in all indoor public settings. The Pasadena City Council has completed the selection process for the Police Oversight Commission. In October of 2020, the Council passed an ordinance establishing the framework for that commission. The 11-member commission will include Esprit Jones, Noemi Emerick Ford, Donald R. Matthews, Barbara Stacy, Raul Ibanez, Patricia Kinaga, Lawrence Lurvy, and Philip J. Argento, as well as Juliana Serrano, Florence Anang, and Alexis Abernethy, community commissioners that have already been seated. The City Council voted unanimously to appoint the commission members and voted 7-1 to appoint Brian Maxey as independent police auditor. The independent auditor's duties are to serve as a best practices advisor to the Police Oversight Commission, review categorical uses of force by police officers, review investigations of personnel, complaints of bias-based policing, and recommend changes to PPD policies, procedures, and officer training. The Pasadena Police Oversight Commission is a civilian review board created to investigate complaints of police misconduct made by members of the public. The commission cannot take up cases being investigated by the city or the police department, and will be required to obey all personnel laws. The Pasadena Police Department has recommended that city officials reallocate $225,000 from the normal operating budget to fund a full-time unarmed response team for service calls involving mental health and homelessness. Under the proposal, a 3-person team made up of 1 firefighter or emergency medical technician, 1 social worker, and a housing worker would respond to calls received by the police department that don't involve an apparent threat of violence or danger. The department has been conducting a trial run with the Pasadena Outreach Response Team, or PORT, which can handle roughly 1 call per hour in place of regular officers. The city also currently operates a Homeless Outreach and Psychiatric Evaluation, or HOPE team, comprised of police officers and mental health clinicians. If the recommended allocation is approved, the police department would work with the Pasadena Department of Public Health to create a second PORT team. For Pasadena Media, I'm Joe Carbonetta.